Hey guys, welcome back. This is episode 2 of My Dirty Laundry. I hope you liked episode 1. I didn't like it very much. I feel like it was kind of boring. Cuz I had bits planned, guys. I had bits planned. I didn't get to all the freaking bits I had wanted to do cuz I was busy with this damn set tour and I was kind of doing my yapping as I do. But I hope you found it somewhat enjoyable. Um, I'm still, at the time I'm filming this, I'm still working on the fuck ass subtitles for it. Um, this is another thing I learned while doing the subtitles. I say a lot. Yeah. So I do apologize for that because it's probably really fucking annoying for y'all. So I'm gonna keep that in the back of my head. I'm gonna try and manage that. But I can't tell you how well that's gonna go because it's just part of how I talk. I try and fill that empty space. I almost just did it again. And that's the word I like to put in there. Right, right. I also do the right a lot. Have you ever been a Krispy Kreme? Was it crispy? Right, right. I don't know if I'm quoting that right. But that's where it comes from, I believe. I didn't know it came from that. And I started saying it because Mike's Mike, if you guys are familiar here on YouTube with Mike's Mike, he's brilliant. He's one of the brilliant minds of our time. In fact, Mike's Mike videos part of the mother texts. So if you're unfamiliar, familiarize yourself. But I didn't know it was from the Krispy Kreme lady. I just thought it was Mike's Mike. So that's where I picked it up. Right, right. Um, yeah, but I'm back. Guys, do you like this shirt? Also, I meant to say the shirt I wore in my last episode, that was from my big sister Sophia. And you probably couldn't tell very well on camera, but the little freaking alien cat had little eyebrows like I do. I have little baby eyebrows all the time. Unless I don't have eyebrows, but those are usually the two states they're in. Because something about having normal eyebrows damn pisses me off. I don't like my eyebrows. I want to get them because they grow back so damn fast. And I feel like when I shave them, I don't always get them right. Sometimes I shave them too short. Sometimes I just shave them all off, right? Ooh, I just did it again. I just caught myself. God damn it, Mary. But I'd like to get I also get quite a unibrow. Yeah, like I've said, I am half Latina. Um, and you really can't tell besides the fact that I'm a hairy girl. So I get a unibrow really really intense. So I shave her and I shave off the ends like at least once a week. So I'd like to get that lasered so I can always have these mini brows. But do you think anyone would actually do that? I feel like if I went to a laser hair removal place and I was like, "Can you laser off the ends of my eyebrows?" They'd be like, "No," because they think I'd regret it. And maybe I would. Hmm. But I've been like this for like 2, 3 years now. I've been doing this, so I don't think I'd regret it. I think this is just me. That being said, my freaking alien cat shirt that my sister got me, he had little baby eyebrows like I do. This shirt, professional napper. This I got from Nick. Guys, I like to show off the gifts people get me because people get me such good gifts. So I show them off and I tell everyone, and I'm like, look at my beautiful friends and my beautiful siblings. They know me so well. I'm actually not in my nap era anymore. I'm kind of awake. I'm kind of woke now. Yeah, but it used to be a big problem, girl. I was sleeping a lot. I was also abusing a medication I was on. It's prescribed to me for anxiety, but it's technically a sedative. Hydroxyzine. You guys familiar with her? Yeah, I was prescribed I could take up to 75 milligrams a day, which is 3 tablets. Kind of a crazy, if you're familiar with this medication, that's kind of a crazy amount to prescribe just for anxiety. But I was crazy. So I would like need to take 75 milligrams just to be normal. And I would freaking take more. I would, because I didn't want to feel shit. I didn't want to have thoughts at all. And then I'd end up sleeping a lot. But now I'm over that era of my life. I still take hydroxyzine when I need to, but I'm good about it now. So I'm not as much of a professional napper as I used to be. Now I'm damn awake all the damn time. But it's okay. So, should we get into it? Yeah. So that's my spiel with the last episode. I hope it was fine. I'm still working on the subtitles. And now, when I first uploaded it, because you know how YouTube auto generates subtitles? That wasn't an option. It was like, we can't do that. So I had to type in my own subtitles. Because I can't listen to things. I can listen to things without subtitles, but if I'm watching, I'm going to need those subtitles on. Otherwise, something goes wrong in my brain and I don't know what they're saying. So I started typing in my own subtitles because I'm a subtitles girl. And then I did that for like the first 20 minutes. And I checked back, and then it let me do the auto generated ones. But I think I'm gonna try and subtitle the whole thing myself, because I also feel like it'll be a good practice to hear like if I'm being fucking annoying and I'm saying too damn much, which I am. So I feel like I should subtitle the whole thing. Also, when I put parts of it in fast motion, it's not gonna be able to auto generate those, girl. Maybe that's good. Maybe people don't need. When I went on that damn Australian catalog rant, that was kind of too damn much, guys. I kind of went off. This is really salty. This is liquid IV. Um, that's kind of foul. I should just stick with the damn bomb pop flavor. This is the raspberry one. The bomb pop one's the best. What was I saying? Oh, I was going off about Australian catalogs, right? So I kind of just sped that up because I was doing too much. But I have one of my pets and clients Australian catalog, and I love her. I love her, but she's so crazy. She has so much energy. And a lot of people are getting Australian cattle dogs these days. And good for you. I mean, personally, I couldn't handle that dog living in my house. Right. Guys, are you excited? So, let's get into it. First, so, right. I'm watching it on my laptop, but I'm gonna put it up here for you, or just I'll play it. But I saw this TikTok. When was this from? What month is that? That's damn August. From August. But I saw this a couple weeks ago, maybe like a month ago. This TikTok, and it really resonated with me, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and play it for you guys.
You ever hate someone so much that their name becomes a slur? Like anytime you talk about them with your friend, your significant other, whatever it might be, the name is just considered a slur, and you use it in that way. If so, can you please comment the name below? I want to see. If you don't want your friends to see it, just type the name backwards. They won't know. But I got to see what these names are. Is it like Tom? What is it?
Okay. So that went kind of viral. I fucking hate desktop TikTok. But that went kind of viral. 1.6 million likes. Yeah. Now, yes. The answer to this is yes. But their name becomes a slur, so I don't say it. Because I don't say slurs unless they're ones I'm allowed to say. Right? So I hate them so damn much I don't say their name because it's a slur. So, if you know me, all my homies know I got code names. I'm a psychopath. And I'm not a diagnosed psychopath, guys. That was a joke. I do have a bit of a roster of code names um, that me and my besties know are kind of names that we don't say, right? So we have to say these code names, right? And I'm gonna go through them with you. So I'm not gonna say any of. And here's the thing: not just one person, quite a few, quite a few, ops, lot of ops. I have. Some of them probably don't even know. They don't know they're ops to me. They are. So I have quite a few, right? So I'm not gonna say the names, but I'll go through the code names later. We have a few more because this is. I had to do my research, right? So this one is from 10. That's October. This is from October 11th. What's the sound on this? I probably can't play it because it's probably copyrighted. Y'all ever hated someone so much that their name became a slur? Yeah, yeah. So there's another example. See, what's this one?
You're gonna mention my man again? Are you trying to get popped or are you trying to get along? Because we can.
Right, when someone says that one person's name, that is now considered a slur. That doesn't happen anymore because I have my people trained. My people know not to say certain names around me, right? Don't say that around me or my friend. Y'all ever hated a man so much his name became a slur? Yeah. Most of actually, some of them are men. A lot of them are not. Right, right. So, let's just say maybe I'm not a good person. This is kind of a. Let me make sure I'm still recording. Right, right. Maybe I'm just not a good person, and this is something I've had to ponder recently. Because now I'm like old, right? Maybe it's time to start being a better person and stop holding grudges. But that honestly doesn't really sound like me, right? So maybe I'm just a bad person. But I'm kind of trying to do like, you guys are familiar with Seinfeld? Kind of. Seinfeld's actually gonna have to be part of the mother text. Um, I'm kind of doing a Seinfeld thing where I'm a bad person, but I'm hoping you guys find it endearing. So, let's get into it. Yes, I have hated people so much their name becomes a slur. So we have to create code names. So, Nick, we know Nick. Nick's my best friend in the world. We and the thing is, we've been going to school together since 7th grade. I didn't know who he was until my sophomore year. And he has a twin brother, and I was in classes with his twin brother, and I had no idea there. I had no idea they were twins. I had no idea Nick even went to this freaking school. Oop! I just shook my whole damn table. Um, right. We went to school together since 7th grade. Didn't freaking know who he was till sophomore year. Um, yeah, then we were kind of in the same friend group, I guess, in sophomore year. Then we got independently of each other. We got hospitalized for. We went to the loony bin actually, and we ended up in the loony bin together. Isn't that crazy? Because we were like acquaintances, we were like kind of friends, and we ended up in the loony bin together, and we became tight, girl. And yeah, friends came and left, but Nick and I are ride or die. Right? We've been over this. Nick is my sister. I lived with him for a little bit, on and off, when I was a bit homeless. So most of these are between Nick and I, right? So let's start with the big two. Ooh, maybe I wrote too big because I kind of forget how many I damn have. Let me take these magnets off for now. Oh, they're going crazy. So here we have the big two. Right. Here we have the big two, deceased and dead. The double D's, if you will. Right. Now, how they get these names? Because they're dead to us. Right. So these are, you know how you kind of, and honestly, this is such high school drama, and we're freaking old now. But we can rehash it. Because they're still dead to us, right? But these are like the big X's. You know what I mean? For Nick, this might not be the big X anymore because there's kind of a recent one who we don't have a code name yet for. Nick, if you're watching, we got to figure out a code name for him, right? Because I don't want to damn say his name anymore. He kind of has. He went by like his middle name, which isn't that weird, but it was a whole thing. Like he was. We didn't know he went by his middle name, and it's not like it was a dead name or anything, but he was just so weird and kept so many weird secrets. And we didn't freaking know that was his middle name until they had been seeing each other for a couple months. And we found out because it, I'm not going to get into it. It was a whole situation, right? Oh, he's not even on the board yet. This is someone else who hasn't been codenamed yet. This is Nick's new ex. Right? We're not going to get into it because he doesn't have a damn codename yet. But Nick, if you're watching, we gotta figure out a codename for that puto. Right. Deceased and dead. These are the big ones. So this is kind of my column. This kind of Nick's column. But, you know, they intermingle. So deceased actually introduced me to Nick, right? Deceased was my ex-girlfriend when I was in high school. This was like my first real girlfriend. This was like my only real girlfriend besides the person I'm dating right now. Right. Right. And how much do I want to get into this? Is there that much to get into? Why we broke up? I'm gonna take the high road and say it's because I was insane. So they were actually completely justified. They were actually completely justified, guys, because let's be honest. Again, maybe I'm not a good person. Also, I was going freaking insane at the time. I was not in my right mind. We broke up the end of sophomore year. Right, right. We did for like a year and a half. But when you go to high school with someone who is your ex, and I guess it was like volatile, that shit just bubbles. So Nick and I actually, these are the dead horses that we won't stop damn beating. Because sometimes you see that dead horse in the stable and you're like, maybe it's not dead. This is actually a foul analogy, and that saying's kind of gross, to beat a dead horse. Well, that sounds really gross, but let's just say these horses are in the stable and they're dead, and Nick and I see them and we're like, maybe they need another damn beating. Right. So that's deceased. And this is dead. I hate dead. And dead just hasn't just wronged Nick. Serial offender. Serial heartbreaker. Kind of the worst. They're kind of the worst. And it haven't just hurt people romantically. I've heard from people who were their friends and they're like, that person's fucked. They're damn fucked up. Bad. I've heard bad stories. Um, right. So that's them. That's those two, and they're dead. Those are the big X's from when we were in freaking high school. But you wanna know what? They're codenamed for life, and that's just it. Cause these like this person was kind of important to me. Um, First relationship. Also, I'm gay, and that was like a thing, right? It's not like I just dated a boy, right? I dated a girl type thing. And then my family was kind of like, "Ooh, what's that?" I brought them to my big brother's wedding. Right. Right. Introduced them to my family. Right. 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 But at the end of the day, they passed away. And now they're dead to me. This was kind of a big problem. So, with the code names, I'm not kidding when I say nobody damn uses these people's names anymore. Nobody. this one was hard to get my mom on board, right? My mom kept saying their damn name for a while. I was like, Mom, no. Mm-mm-mm. Shh. Deceased. The name's deceased, right? So now my mom's on board. My mom's probably forgot their damn name. My mom always refers to them as deceased now. Isn't that crazy? It's actually so funny. Um, and here's another thing. What's both of these names, honestly? Ooh, this one, their name is actually, and I'm kind of gonna give away the gig here. Um, their name, how it's said, is actually a synonym for secure, or for perhaps a lockbox or a vault. Right. So that actually does kind of come up. Like their name is the opposite of in danger, right? So that kind of just comes up in the English language. So that's kind of difficult for Nick. And actually, instead of saying that word, we would say secure. For a while, we just had to completely try and not say that word, which was a little difficult, right? But they're dead, and we got Nick's mom saying them too. Nick's mom is like my second mom, Mama Angie. Hi Angie, we love her. She's saying all these damn names too now, right? Because she'd say this name, and Nick was like, they're dead, they've died, right? You kind of have to train your parents. So that's them. So that their name actually, I guess, did come up because it's pronounced like a word in the English language that's kind of just used kind of frequently. Now this name, not a lot of people. I haven't actually come across other people with their name really, so kind of easy for me. I will say their name sounds like the only time it really comes up. Their name sounds like the name of a website for answering questions. Their name is Reddit. No, but you can guess. So the only time, because I don't know anyone else with that name, so the only time it really comes up is like someone's like, "Oh, the other day I had a question. I looked it up on Google, and I went to this website. I went to Yahoo Answers, insert name, to look for the answer." And girl, I've been there. Oh, to look for I went on Yahoo Answers to look for the answers to my question. Girl, I've been on there, didn't find the answers I was looking for. Right, right. And then I have so I got my mom doesn't say freaking Reddit anymore, okay? They only go by deceased in my household, in my inner circle, right? Even my other friends, I don't really have other friends, right? It's mostly just Nick, but even like other kind of friends that I have, when they're talking about them to me, oh, that's deceased, right? Because they passed away. Um, but my mom, so she like has moved twice in the last 2 years, right? She's always damn moving. Since I moved out, she's lost. She's lost without me. She kind of is, because I was the last kid and she doesn't have kids anymore. But girl, I don't want to damn live with her. And why I freaking moved down in the first place is because she was going crazy. I've been crazy too, but she's kind of my mom. So like, kind of inconvenient for you to go crazy right now, girl. So I had to move out, and then I was homeless for a little bit, right? But we made up. We kissed and made up. She's not going insane anymore. Neither am I. Maybe. So we're doing really well, right? But like my mom has moved twice since I finished high school. Um, so I was at my mom's house the other day, and I was helping her like unpack more boxes, and she finds some of my artwork, some of my strange and fucked up artwork from when I was in high school. And we're unpacking these boxes, and she finds this artwork, and she shows it to me, and she points to it, and she says, "Is this about deceased?" She said deceased. She finds one of my old fucked up artworks from when I was in high school. She points to it. She says, "Mary, is this about deceased?" No, mom, that one's just about me. And it was. It wasn't about deceased. That one was just about me. I threw that shit out. Not, not all art has to be good. Sometimes it just has to be fucked up. Sometimes you're in high school and you have to make fucked up art, and your mom thinks it's about freaking deceased. It wasn't. It was just about me. Um. So those are the big two, right? These are the two that really they passed away. Some of the other ones, it's like maybe they can get written back in. These two, we've been beating the dead horses for so damn long. They're never gonna get rewritten. They wouldn't want to. Dead, maybe. Dead, maybe. Because they're. I don't know what they're up to these days. Are they alive? They could be actually dead for all I know. I probably would have heard if they actually died. Yeah. But dead, who knows? They're kind of thirsty. Maybe they'd crawl back. Deceased, they don't give a shit about me, actually. Um, yeah. Moving on. Now these could kind of both go in Nick's column, and I think that's actually what I'm gonna do, because I kind of have a lot. I hope you guys can see the board okay, by the way. Whoopsies. How are you guys doing? Is this entertaining? I've actually, when I tell people about the code names, because sometimes I'll just tell people like one code name in conversation, right? And I'm like, yeah, I have code names for people who are dead to me, right? And they're like, oh, that's abnormal. But then they're like, so how many do you have? So I'm finally making a list for you people. And I've honestly probably forgotten some. Because there was, when I was thinking about these for this bit, there's one I'm like, I know they were codenamed out, but I damn forgot the code name. There wasn't too much to beat out of that dead horse. They weren't that important, I guess. So there are some people who've been codenamed and their codenames are long forgotten because it just wasn't that relevant, I guess. Guys, we've almost actually, deceased and dead, we've actually almost, I say almost, there have been times when they were in front of our car. So we considered running them over, but I can't go to jail for vehicular manslaughter. And Nick was the driver, so he can't, we'd be in separate jails. That's sad. I would want to be in jail with Nick. Maybe he could transition and be in the women's jail with me. Potentially. Maybe it'd be worth it. Right. Next one's. Where's my pointer, girl? Next one's skank number 1, skank number 2. Now, how we got these code names, well, quite frankly, we were just really into the word skank at that point in our lives, right? It's kind of fun. Slut, whore, they kind of get worn out. So skank is kind of fun. Skank's kind of fun, kind of playful. Right. So these were so skank number 1, Nick, deceased, and I were all friend group, friend group, friend group, right? We were a little foursome. This oh, I was pointing to dead, not deceased. Deceased passed away, obviously. So then it was just so then 3 felt a little weird. And then I was the only girly. So then it was just me, skank number 1, and Nick. But skank number 2 used to go to school with us, but didn't anymore. But we were still kind of friends, right? So skank number 2 really got brought into the group. So then our foursome was me, Nick, skank number 1, skank number 2, right? And honestly, I don't really have bad blood with these two. It's just kind of was the circumstance. So now people have asked me, I'm starting a podcast called My Dirty Laundry, right? So my partner, and honestly, Nick hasn't said this to me, but he probably doesn't want me to air out his dirty laundry. And my partner has said to me, like, girl, you can start your damn podcast, but just make sure you don't air out my dirty laundry. Here's the thing. When your dirty laundry becomes my dirty laundry, it kind of gets aired out, right? So, not to give away too much, but skank number 1 and Nick, there was some, it was complicated, kind of a situationship, if you will. There are going to be some situationships on here. Skank number 1 and Nick, best friends, we were all best friends. It was kind of a situationship situation, right? And things just didn't end well, and it was too awkward to keep being friends, right? And also, this person, I actually love them. Like, not anymore. I shouldn't say that. But obviously, they, with Nick and them, it hurts, it's painful, right? So it just can't. We just we just can't. I had to choose a side, and obviously I'm choosing Nick because Nick's my sister. But Skank number one, they're funny as hell. Um, but they were low key problematic, more problematic than me, dare I say? Yeah, they're like so. You know that gay guy who's just so like bitchy and mean, but in like the best way. But like they really can't take things too far. That's Skank number one, and like I love them for it, but they were wild. They were wild, y'all. They would they would say the T slur. They would say the T slur. Mm. Um, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. And like I told them they could say dyke, a slur against lesbians, right? I can say that. And they were kind of collecting slurs like Pokemons, right? They didn't say the big ones, right? Well, this feels bad to talk about. I feel like I shouldn't be talking about this, but I'm damn talking about it, right? So I was like, oh, you can say dyke like when you're with me, like if you're calling me a dyke playfully, right? Or we're just joking, like that's fine. But probably like don't go out and say it, and like don't use it maliciously, and like don't call other people that word in a mean way, right? So like so I kind of gave them the freaking dyke pass. Oh, I just gleeked, guys, sorry. But they would say the T slur too, and I'm like, who gave you that one? Who said you could say that one? And I don't know if they'd be cool with you just saying it around town. I don't know if they still do that, but yeah, when we were friends, they were kind of going crazy with their slurs. Also, I don't know. Like, I don't know if Trixie says it. I've heard Katya say dyke before. Y'all know Katya, the drag queen. And that's fine. I don't care. She can say it. I don't care, girl. I know some people. I shouldn't speak for other people as well, I'll say. Right. And I know, like, people have been trying to cancel Tyler, the creator. Well, he kind of has other things he can be canceled for. But people have been getting mad at him for using the D slur for saying dyke in his songs and stuff, right? In his older songs, I don't know. I can't think of one of his older songs that uses it, but I'm sure examples exist. I never listened to Tron Cat. I know people keep bringing that up, and it's like horrible. I never listened to Tron Cat. I do listen to some of the songs on Goblin, but haven't listened to Tron Cat. So, girl, I don't know. I don't know how weird and wild he got. But in Chromacopia, he uses the word dyke. I think it's fine. I kind of think it's fine because the line he says it in, he says, "I strap on it like a dyke bitch." That's funny. That's kind of a good line. And then later in that song, he says, "I'm a certified face seat box muncher." So I think he can use it. He's not on the sport. I think Tyler, the creator, can use it. Is he? Is he a lesbian? I'm a certified face heat box muncher. Right. He kind of gets a lesbian badge, I think. Right. So Skank number one. They were maybe using slurs they shouldn't have been using. They were just crazy. They would insult people like, and I insult people too. But I feel like I try and watch myself. They didn't damn care, and I love them for it. They're so funny. It couldn't be. It couldn't be because the situationship guys, they hurt Nick. They hurt each other. They weren't good for each other, right? And Skank number two, they just ended up with Skank number one, right? So, and Skank number two and I, because when Skank number two really entered the friend group, Deceased was gone, right? I was fresh out of breakup, so maybe I was crushed on them a little bit. Maybe things got a little funny there. Maybe we got a little funny. Um, but it was a nothing burger, and yeah. So we don't talk to them. Skank number one and I are actually still mutuals on social media, right? Because at the end of the day, like they're funny. At the end of the day, they're funny, right? Whatever happened happened. They're co-named out, so like we don't really say their name, but like they're funny, and I love them, and I love them. I don't love them, right? Their name's a slur now, unfortunately. That's Skank number one. Skank number two. I guess Skank number two could have gone in my column then, huh? Whatever. Who's next? Who's next? I don't want to keep doing Nick's ones. Which ones do I have? Oh. Now these are gonna be freaking related to deceased, right? This dead horse, I really gotta make sure it's damn dead. Right. Zussy. Skank. Zussy actually, this codename came to fruition when Skank number one was still in the picture. So Skank number one knew this codename. This was maybe the first codename to ever come to be. Because Skank number one and Nick and I kind of came up with this. Damn, Zussy might be the OG codename. And they don't come up at all anymore. I really don't know what happened to them. I had an ongoing, this sounds really bad. I had an ongoing joke that, I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not even gonna say it because it's really bad. But yeah. Yeah, we damn hated them. Did they do anything that bad or were they just annoying? They were kind of just annoying. But I think it was justified. So we have Zussy and E-Girl. These two are related. These two are related to deceased. Not by blood. That would be weird. So, when I was dating deceased, and Nick and Skank number one and I were all friends with deceased, right? Deceased kind of had these other damn friends. So Zussy and E-Girl, they were some of those other damn friends, and they were fucking annoying. They were pissing us off. They were just damn annoying. And I wasn't the only one. We all had speculations that deceased was getting zesty with Zussy, right? While we were together. So we were like, something's not right there. Something's not right. And actually, I don't think anything happened there. I think I was just being crazy and paranoid. And I hated them. Because they were just really annoying. And they were like mean. They were like bitchy. Which is fine. and that's part of the reason I was like, so why do you hate me? Because you want to fuck them? They also had a boyfriend. Right? It was kind of weird how they had a boyfriend. Because I was like, aren't you Les? They gave so Les. They gave so Les and they had a boyfriend. Maybe they should have slept with my girlfriend at the time. Girl, Les out. Zussy, I hope you're lesing out, girl. Although you are a bitch, and I feel like that probably hasn't changed. E-Girl. Now, E-Girl was also in this friend group that I wasn't a part of. I was dating this person, but I was not a part of this friend group, right? I was part of this friend group. Oh, Dead's not included on that friend group. Dead's kind of different. Dead kind of comes in later on in this timeline, but Dead's dead. We'll get back to Dead. There's more tea there. So this was a friend group, right, that I was aware of because my girlfriend at the time, right, my ex-girlfriend, partner, whatever, but they were fucking annoying. E-Girl, I didn't have suspicions about E-Girl, actually. I probably should have. Because Deceased and I, way back when, we like went on a break, right? Whatever the fuck that means. We should have just damn broke up. And I was hearing that this is so high school drama, guys, and I'm sorry, but it's funny, right? So when we were on a break, I got pictures actually. I actually did receive pictures. Damn, my friends were shady. Of Deceased and E-Girl holding hands when we were on a break. Suspicious. So if they cheated on me with anybody, it was E-Girl, and I have heard rumors about that. I have no proof that it's true. But I didn't hear this till after the fact. So at the time, I was like so suspicious of Zussy. Zussy had a boyfriend, right? But I was like, "You're a lesbian. Why are you lying, girl? You're a lesbian. You're sleeping with my girlfriend." She wasn't, and if anyone was, it was E-Girl, right? So I don't have proof of that, but something fishy was going on, right? And E-Girl. So how they got these names? Zussy kind of just sounds. We were calling him a pussy. And also it kind of just sounds like their name. Not to give up the gig. But so that's how Zussy's name came to be. E-Girl's name came to be because they would do their eyeliner like an e-girl, right? They do the long black eyeliner, and they do little black hearts with eyeliner on the end, which is cute. Not to be a hater, but at the time I was such a hater. I'm still a hater, but I don't care how you do your makeup. You do you. You do whatever makes you feel beautiful. Because obviously I do my makeup like a crazy person. So who am I to judge? Right? But that's how they got their name. And the beef with E-Girl, oh, it's generational. It's generational. So E-Girl was a grade above us, right? And my sister is 4 years older than me, my sister Chloe. She's 4 years older than me. So she actually went to school with E-Girl because when my sister was a senior, E-Girl was a sophomore. And she was being damn annoying back then. My sister said E-Girl would try and like hang out with my sister and her friends and just be annoying and just, right. So it's generational. Also, E-Girl's older sister went to school with my older sister, Chloe, still, right? And I think there's beef there. So it's damn generational. That's crazy. We got a whole family of haters. Both ways. Both my family's haters, their family's haters. Right. Or I don't know if they're haters, but they're just bitchy, I guess. Also, E-Girl, they worked, I don't know what they do anymore, girl, but they worked at a bakery in our town, and they worked at a bakery where we have gotten several birthday cakes from. Right, right. So I don't know if they made cakes for us. But one of the damn cakes we got from that damn bakery made my sister's friend sick at my other sister's birthday party, and she was throwing up black ectoplasm all over my sister's house. Not all over, I'm being dramatic. Because the cake had black frosting, right? So maybe E-Girl poisoned the cake. Who knows? I don't think that's why. I don't think the cake was really the reason they threw up, but yeah. So that's E-Girl and Zissy. They never come up anymore because that's kind of so over. I'm just rehashing it, right? We don't need to beat those dead horses anymore. They're whatever. Like these four, these are the main ones that we beat to death. These two beaten to death. The other ones are kind of just funny. Right. So let's get back on Nick's side. Right. Chode. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Here we have Chode. How this name came to be is, so this is someone Nick was flirty with online, right? And we were still friends with Skank number one when Nick was flirty with Chode, right? Now, Chode and Skank number one actually had the same name. So, and this Chode lived in Alabama, I believe. So for a while we were just calling them Alabama. But then Nick would say their real name more, but it got damn confusing because, and now and now no one goes by that name. Now they're both codenamed out. We never talk about Chode anymore, really, but Chode and Skank number one had the same name, but Chode spelled theirs with a CH. So that's kind of how we got the name Chode, because of the same name, CHCHO, Chode, because we wanted to be mean. I never saw their damn peener, thank God. So I don't know if they had a Chode, but that's what we call them. And they were a dick. They broke Nick's heart. Common pattern of Nick and I being dumb, actually, is maybe the problem here. Maybe we were just dumb and bad people. Nick's not a bad person. I maybe am. Right. Who else do I have? Because I know there's more. I know there's damn more. Maybe that's it. Like, oh, that's. Maybe I should have put these in my column because now it's going to be imbalanced. But, so next up is actually the only codename that has been uncodenamed. And this codename is actually one, I guess I'll put them in my column so it's even. And they do appear on the corkboard behind me. They do appear on the corkboard behind me because we're actually chill. So this is the only codename that got uncodenamed, and the codename is actually one of the few words I don't think I can say on YouTube. It is that little star. It's a U. It was right. The codename Kvunt. If you want to spell it with a V, Kvunt. Right. Maybe I'll just say can't. They were codenamed to can't. Now originally it was their full name, and we just put can't on the end, right? We just put on the end of their name. But then that wasn't a very effective codename, and then we couldn't talk about them in public, like in school and shit. So then it just got shortened to right. But the reason they had to be codenamed is because after Nick and Dead broke up, they were dating Dead. And now they had a history with Dead. I believe they dated Dead previously before Nick dated Dead. So after Nick and Dead broke up, they got back together with Dead, right? Poor them, actually, because Dead is the worst. Dead is the worst ever. So they kind of just had to be codenamed because we kind of had to hate them because they were dating Nick's ex. So that's kind of why that happened. But they're cool. I don't know. I love them. We don't really talk. I still send them. I'm friends with them on Pinterest. So that kind of means something. And I still send them memes on Pinterest every couple months. So they've been uncodenamed, but I'm not going to say their real name so as not to give up their tea. But yeah. That's right. And they had to be codenamed because they were dating Dead. Now, here we're going to get more in the weeds with Dead. This is where Dead comes back into play with the more drama with Dead. So we had, and they dated Dead. And then after they broke up, we were like, oh, right. So now we can hash it out and we can talk shit about Dead together. I love when that happens. That's so fun. I love when I have the same off as someone else and we can beat the dead horse together. Yes! Beat that bitch! Dead! I'm. Ooh, I kind of felt like Wendy Williams in that. Maybe it was fine. I love Wendy Williams. Free her. Right. So, dated Dead. They broke up. And then, Dead was actually kind of cheating on with. And this person kind of has two code names because we couldn't damn decide on one. So we kind of just called them both, but I feel like we ended up with Egg more often. So Dead was, I wasn't in the room where it happened, right? I don't really know the details, but I do believe Dead was cheating on with Egg, right? Right, Egg slash Bald. So they had to be codenamed too, because now two of my friends had Dead as an ex, so double the horse beating, and now this new person that does dating has to be codenamed. Right. Right. So how we got Egg is because it starts with the same letter as their name, and also they were bald. So that's also why we'd call them bald. And they kind of had an egg head. Right. So Egg slash bald. I don't really know shit about them, but I know that Dad kind of cheated on with them. Um, yeah, and they were dating Dad. I don't keep up with them. Last I heard, they were still dating. Like, I think they were still dating when I graduated high school, and I haven't kept up with them or seen either of them since. So who knows? Right, but that's them. Hmm. I just thought of something, and it feels inappropriate to say. Hmm. Maybe I'll say it. Now that I'm thinking about it, we have two exes of Dead, and Nick is all. I actually don't know if they're exes with Dead or if they're still dating. And Nick is also Dead's ex. Pit sisters? I shouldn't say that. I'm gonna leave it there. Should I cut that out? I won't say it again. But that's actually the first time I'm considering that. Mm. Right, right. I really think that's it. Again, there's one that I know we codenamed. I can't damn think of their name. That's how irrelevant they are. The drama wasn't even that good. The horse doesn't even need to be beat anymore. That horse has been buried. So I forgot their codename. The other one I can think of is so we need to make a codename for Nick's new ex that they kind of broke up recently, right? And I actually hate them with a passion. And next time we hang out, I'm gonna beat that dead horse a little more. Yeah, I'm not over that one. That one we need to make a codename for so we can keep beating that horse. The only other one I can think of is Dickweed, and that's and that's what we call my partner's biological father, right? They never call them dad. That's Dickweed. So that kind of counts, I guess. That kind of counts because them and I, we call them Dickweed, and even their family, even their brother and their mom, they call them Dickweed. Good for them. And this is another thing on our agenda. Codenames we need to come up with. Nick's new ex, and my partner's name is M. I don't know if I've said that. M's ex stepdad. Yes, these are two codenames we need to come up with. Nick's new ex needs a codename, and M's ex stepdad needs a codename. Because their bio dad, Dickweed. My dad doesn't. Maybe my dad should have a codename. I don't care calling him dad. Because I don't care. I mean, I do care, but like I never say his real name, right? I just call him dad, and that word means nothing to me, right? I'm kind of who needs a father figure at this big age? Can you tell I'm hurting? um, so we do need code names for Nick's new ex and M's ex stepdad because M has a recent ex stepdad. When we first started dating, I met their stepdad because they were still their stepdad. Now it's ex stepdad, and that dead horse gets beaten frequently. Frequently, that dead horse is getting beaten. So we kind of need to come up with a code name for them as well. So those are on the agenda. And maybe at this big age, I should stop. I should stop with the petty bullshit. That doesn't sound like me. That doesn't freaking sound like me. So those are the code names we have for the people we hate so much. Their names have become slurs. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let me check if I'm still recording. Okay. Cool. Next up. Ooh. Next up on the agenda. This might need. Guys, I have a freaking eyelash. I have a freaking eyelash on my freaking eye. My contact falls out. It's actually going to be game over. Next up on the agenda, this needs a backstory. So, it was my birthday like a month ago, and I had a little birthday party at my place. And one thing about me, I love music video. I love to watch music videos with my friends, right? Um, so I made a playlist of a bunch of music videos that I was gonna have on the TV in the background at my birthday party, right? So I was looking through music videos for this playlist, right? Sabrina Carpenter, she's cool. I'm not a huge Sabrina Carpenter fan, but like I love the pop girlies. So yeah, I listen to her music from time to time because she has some bops. And she actually puts out killer music videos, right? So I was looking through some of her music videos. Nonsense, I don't like that song that much. But I never watched the music video. So I watched the Nonsense music video. This is where, if you saw I put on my story, I went to CVS and got some photos printed. That's where this comes into play. That's where this comes into play. Let me get a magnet wheel. Oop, oop, they're all sticking together. Right. I hope you can see this okay. I would fall for Genderbent Sabrina Carpenter like a fool. And I have. And and I have. Right, right. Oh, oh, this, oh, this is a Hey Mama's Lesbian. Right, the dipshit hat. I would fall for Genderbent Sabrina Carpenter like a fool. And I have. Bro. Does this not look familiar to any of you? Does this not look familiar? Oh my god. We need to backtrack for a second because I literally forgot. And Skunk isn't the one that I think they look like. Ooh, girl, this eyelash. Ooh, girl. Ooh, girl. Oh, shit. Guys, if my contact falls out. Oh. Oh, what's freaking happening? Guys, I got it. I got the freaking eyelash out. Fuck yes. Right. So, I did actually miss one. I did actually miss a code name. That's kind of relevant. It's not that. No, it is going to be relevant later. It is going to be relevant, actually. Awkward. Maybe I should have wrote it bigger. Maybe I subconsciously tried. Maybe I subconsciously didn't put this on the list. This would go under my column. Skunk, right? We're going back to the code names for a second because I forgot them and they're kind of important. Right. Skunk is a situationship I had. Right. It wasn't that serious. So like no one freaking knows them besides Nick and my current partner's heard about them, right? Right. Mm. Should I leave that there for a second? That's the code name because when I first met them, they had a mullet, right? Because it's a lesbian, right? And they had a mullet and they had like skunk dyed hair, like with the black and like the bleach stripes. Yeah, yeah. So that's a little situationship I had. It was so casual by Chaperone. Mm, mm. Right. So that might be relevant later. Right. But I would fall for Genderbent Sabrina Carpenter like a fool, and I have. Now now I'm gonna let you guess what I mean by that. Who I think they look like, and you actually only have 1.5 options. I guess 2.5 if you count my current partner. I don't think they look like my current partner. And the half is not because I dated half a person, but again, it was half a relationship. It was so casual by Chaperone. Right. Right. I didn't care at all. Um, I definitely wasn't weird about it. I was very normal about it. Right. So, yes. Right. So I saw the Nonsense music video for the first time and I said, "Who's that?" And I said, "Oh." And I said, "Oh, that's Sabrina Carpenter in a wig." And I said, "Oh shit. Oh my god." Are you guys honestly gonna look at that and be like, and say you wouldn't fall for that too? So this brings me to. Let me write this on the board. This brings me to. This brings me to my topic of the problematic masc. I think I coined this term. I haven't heard other people use that besides people who I talk to about this phenomena, right? Now, I did see, let me look up which university it was. I did see a university did a performative masc competition, lesbian contest. Oh, of course it was in New York. Which school did it? I thought it was a school. Maybe it was just in New York. Reflecting on the performative masc lesbian contest. I actually can't click on any of those because if I see a picture, I'm gonna freak out. Right. So we have the term performative masc lesbian, and in New York, they did a performative masc lesbian competition. So I guess they can kind of fall into that genre. And the performative term, my problem with that is the performative term kind of comes from, we're talking about performative males, right? Who read feminist literature and drink matcha. So my problem with the term performative masc is when masc lesbians do it, I don't think they're doing it to be performative. I think they're just built like that. I think they're drinking matcha because they have an urge deep in their soul to do that. I don't think they're performing. I think that's just how they are. And when men do it, it's because they aspire to be masc lesbians. So, and not all performative mascs, not all mascs are problematic, right? This is a problematic masc. So, a problematic masc, we look at the performative masks, a lot of them could probably fit into that criteria. But they're just a mask that's freaking problematic. Right? Look at this, they're wearing a dipshit hat, and also in the music video they're doing vape tricks. Now, does my girlfriend do vape tricks for me sometimes? Yeah. Yeah, they do. And well, that's because I fall for this every damn time. That's because I fall for it every damn time. I don't think M is problematic, but they kind of that's I'm dating them, and I fell for them because, well, I thought they were problematic. But they do vape, and that's kind of cringe. But I apparently I like that. Apparently, I freaking like that. So, yes, let's go over some problematic masks, right? We have Genderbent, Sabrina, Carpenter. Oh, I would fall for her like a fool, and it would be really bad for me. Next up, this I don't know if they're problematic. Did I? Oh, I did. I did put the link in here so I can show you guys. I have no proof that they're problematic. But I'm including them because my girlfriend. Let me just show you. Let me just show you. Right. This is the Chapel Roan opener that people were talking about a few months ago. Let me show you the freaking TikTok. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh god. Okay. And the comments were funny too. Yeah, one of the top comments is, "She was so fine, but I just know she's evil." Yeah. Yeah, I feel that too. I feel that too. I have no proof. She could be. You see this kind smile? This could be hiding her power level. Their power level? This kind smile? Oh, they seem so sweet. They could be hiding something deep and dark in there. But upon first glance, they don't seem problematic. But the reason they're getting put on here is because, so I saw the TikTok. I saw the reel of this. And girl I liked the reel because, yes. Also, I should say this was Chaperone's opener a few months ago on her tour. Um she's the keyboardist for Hemlock Springs. Hey, don't know who they are. I recognize this person though. I recognize them anywhere now. They're the keyboardist for Hemlock Springs, and their name is Victoria A. Cock. Hey, crazy name. Um, Victoria A. 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 Cock? That could be problematic alone. Right. So I saw the reel and I liked it because, well, yes. So then I was scrolling reels with my girlfriend later on her phone, and they saw that I liked it, and they showed the phone to me, and they said, "Girl, you like this?" I did, and they said, "You and your problematic masks." Guys, she's a whore, she's a whore, she's a whore. She slept with half of New York. If you guys watch Real Housewives, do you guys know that clip where, who is it? Lisa Barlow, when she was having her little spat with Meredith Marks.
She's a garbage whore. I hate her. She's a whore. She's half of New York. She goes herself.
Yeah, and she goes, she's a whore, she's a whore, she's a whore. She slept with half of New York. That's how I feel. Hey, I've slept with like not that many people. I've slept with a few problematic masks from the Midwest. But I feel like a damn whore. Right. So that was Victoria Aycock, right? Opener for Chaperone. Right. Now we're gonna get a little esoteric with it, right? So we kinda get it. Oh, Genderbent, Sabrina Carpenter. And yeah, guys, I did print this out at the CVS photo department. Yes, I did. Oh, Genderbent, Sabrina Carpenter. Oh, Chaperone's opener. Right. We're getting a little more esoteric now. Next up we have Robin Banks from The Sims 4. Now, when did robbers get added to The Sims 4? It hasn't been more than a year, surely. When did robbers get added? Burglars. When did burglars get added to The Sims 4? February 2025. So almost a year. Right. So burglars are a staple in The Sims games. They were just recently added to The Sims 4. And this is the burglar. Every time, this is who comes to rob your house in The Sims 4. Her name is Robin Banks. Their name is Robin Banks. The Sims 4. Oh, 1B, I guess. Robin Banks, The Sims 4. Pronouns? This man. What is going on? Oh, that's Robin Banks from Drag Race. Okay. Oh, Robin Banks uses she, her pronouns. I didn't know there was a drag queen named Robin Banks. Who came first? Yeah, guys, this is Robin Banks from The Sims 4, and she will come and she breaks into your house and she steals your things. Right. So that's kind of why she's problematic, is because she's coming in your house and stealing things. But let's just say every time she breaks into my damn house, she'll steal some of my house plants. She might steal my TV if she's feeling bold. She'll steal my pet bowl, right? Okay, whatever. I could get a burglar alarm, but here's the thing. She's gonna break into my Sims house and she's gonna steal my things. And here's the thing, I'm gonna confront her, right? I'm gonna try and fight her. Because that's an option. I'm gonna try and fight her off. I'm not calling the police on her, girl. Look, I'm not calling the police on her. Are you kidding? No. I'm gonna try and fight her. And I'm gonna lose. Because Robin Banks actually is very strong. In The Sims, whoever has the higher fitness level, when you fight them, the person with the higher fitness level wins. If you both have max fitness level or equal, then it's kind of a toss up, right? But she pretty much always wins because she's hiding her power level. She's kind of bulk. So I fight her, she wins, and then I start the flirty interactions. So yeah, she breaks into my house and she steals my things, and I fight her and lose, and then we freaking woohoo every time, and it keeps happening because once she robs you once and like she gets away with it, if you don't get a burglar alarm, you're an easy target. She's gonna keep coming back. She's gonna rob you of house and home, and I'm gonna woohoo with her every damn time. We're gonna become woohoo partners. That's like a new feature in The Sims where you can become woohoo partners. So she freaking yeah, she comes over for a one night stand, and by that I mean she robs my house, and I'm like, that's fine, and we woohoo. And then she stays at my house and plays on my computer for a whole day. And I can't get her out of my damn house. Because she's on my computer in The Sims playing Blick Block or whatever they damn do. Yeah, this is Robin Banks. Am I doing that right? This is Robin Banks. Big problematic mask. Very problematic. They're stealing my stuff. And I fall for it every time because look at that smile. Okay. Now, the last one I have here for you might be kind of a surprise for some of you. The next one I have for you is Bonnie from Five Nights at Freddy's. From Five Nights at Freddy's 1. Now, Bonnie, FNAF 1 pronouns. Bonnie's kind of giving he, they realness. Okay, it says Bonnie uses in the character encyclopedia refers to Bonbon with female pronouns. Whoa. Then instantly contradicts itself by saying Bonnet was the first female Bonnie. Okay, what are we talking about? This is Bonnie from FNAF 1. Okay, it says they use he, him pronouns. They're he, him lesbians. I can be woke. They're he, him lesbians. So, guys, if you're like, Bonnie's not a lesbian, he, him lesbians exist. And they're playing the bass, bro! They're playing the bass. You're telling me this isn't a masked lesbian? Right. So Bonnie's a problematic mask. We've addressed this. They're a lesbian because they're playing the bass. Right? That kind of alone, lesbian who played the bass, that kind of alone is giving problematic mask. My partner, I think they used to play the bass. We don't have a damn bass in here. But I think they used to play the bass. They should do that again. We might need to find them a bass to play. And they're problematic because they're gonna jump scare you. They're problematic because they're gonna freaking try and kill you and stuff you in a suit. They're gonna freaking stuff you in a spring lock suit, bro. That's why they're problematic. I'd probably fall for it. They play that bass for me. Yeah, you can stuff me into a spring lock suit. Sounds kind of fun. I might want to get spring locked. So yes, Bonnie from FNAF 1 is a problematic mask to me. Also, Scott Cawthorne has said he doesn't have nightmares about his creations. Bonnie is the only animatronic who he's had nightmares about. That gives problematic mask. Yeah. Okay, and that's all I've prepared for you today. I only printed out 4 pictures because I feel like this really gives you a good range and shows you. Right, so we started with Genderbent and Sabrina Carpenter. Yeah, obviously, look, the Chapel Roan opener. Right, because I liked the freaking reel, and I got caught in 4K doing it. Robin Banks, obviously from The Sims, and then so we can get real esoteric with it, right? But obviously Bonnie from FNAF 1 is a problematic mask. You guys get that, right? Yeah. So we might come back to this. We might keep doing segments about this because I think it's funny. But that's kind of what I mean when I say problematic mask. And actually, we should refer to the mother texts. I think I saved this. Right. I can put this back. Now this is the mother text, and by that I mean this is saved to my Snapchat memories. So this is from May 11, 2023. This was in my situationship era, surely. Tired of being perceived by men. I do not look like this to be your manic pixie dream girl. I look like this to be some problematic masks extracurricular. And this is where I think the term originated, at least that I could find. I think that's where it originated. That was the first time it was spoken aloud. It was put into my Snapchat memories, and now it's part of the mother texts, right? I don't look like this to be a manic pixie dream girl. I look like this to be some problematic masks extracurricular. Right. Much to think about. Much to think about there. So, yeah. Let's put Bonnie back on the board. let's put Bonnie back on the board. Because actually, guys, I recently, last week, I went to see the FNAF movie, FNAF 2. And I went on opening night because I was trying to get, I did kind of want the Toy Freddy popcorn bucket at AMC, right? With the light up freaking eyes. That was $60. You do get popcorn included and you could keep the bucket. It was $60. I would have paid for it. I don't care. I was more excited. Excuse me. I was more excited for the Mr. Cupcake cup. I should check and see if my phone's still recording actually. Yeah, we're rolling. I was excited for the Mr. Cupcake cup. And that's kind of what I came for because I freaking love Mr. Cupcake. He's so freaking cute. I really wanted the freaking Mr. Cupcake cup, so I went on opening night. I went at the latest time on opening night. We got out of the movie at like midnight. They were all freaking sold out of all the merch. They didn't even have even the like even the not cool popcorn buckets, like, cause I was like, I thought I'd get at least something, but not only were they sold out of the Mr. Cupcake cups, of the Toy Freddy head popcorn buckets, they were even sold out of just the like cardboard popcorn buckets with the FNAF pictures on them. I got freaking nothing. I got no haul. I was ready to drop a band. I was ready to drop a band at the AMC on FNAF 2 opening night. And they were all sold out. Yeah, but so I'm going to talk about the FNAF 2 movie. So spoilers, check in the description to see when I'm done talking about it, right? And just skip to that if you don't want spoilers. Guys, I'm starting. The FNAF 2 movie was so freaking good, bro. It was so freaking good. It was so much better than the first one. The first one was cool, but I left being damn confused. Because the whole thing with Michael, I was like, is it Michael Afton's son? And then Vanessa is the guard from Security Breach. And if this is supposed to be FNAF 1, why is Vanessa here? And why is Vanessa Afton's kid? So I was damn confused. The first one didn't jump scare me. I didn't find it very scary. Because they made the animatronics nice. So then it wasn't scary. Right. FNAF 2, oh, it improved so much. Oh, it improved so much. The toy animatronics are evil, bro. The animatronics from FNAF 1 are still nice, right? Because I guess they still have the kids' ghosts inhabiting them, so they're like kids in there. So those animatronics are so nice, but the toy animatronics, they did so good. They're freaking evil, bro. I got freaking jump scared so freaking much. And I love the toy. I don't love the toy animatronics that much. Toy Chica, obviously. Baddie alert. They got Megan Fox to voice her. Baddie alert. And she ripped apart Newman from Seinfeld. She tore his fucking head off. Newman from Seinfeld played the teacher in Abby's teacher in the FNAF 2 movie. I was like, Newman, why are you bullying this little girl? So yeah, Chica had every right to kill him. She ripped his damn head off. Chica slimed Newman in 4K. Probably more than 4K. What resolution are movie theater screens in? Right. So Chica tore apart Newman. Chica's a baddie. Mangle, I love. I live for Mangle. Mangle's my favorite animatronic out of all of Five Nights at Freddy's. I love Mangle. I resonate with her, girl. I feel just like that girl. I love Mangle so much. Yeah, it was so good. And there were so many freaking animatronics in this one because we had all the toy animatronics. We had freaking Balloon Boy. Hello. Hi. Hello. They did the Balloon Boy sounds when Mike was in the office. Also, it cleared it up because I was in the first movie, I'm like, Michael. I thought Michael was Afton's kid. There's a second Michael! A second Michael has hit the towers! A second Michael has hit the FNAF movies! So yes, there's another Michael that is Afton's son. So the main character, Michael, played by... I forget his name, he's famous, I forget his freaking name. What's his name? Is it Josh Hutcherson? That doesn't feel right. Michael. FNAF movie. Right. It is Josh Hutcherson. I got it right. So not Josh Hutcherson, Michael. There's a new Michael who is Afton's son. So that clears that up. There's two mics, guys. There's two mics. There's two freaking mics. That freaking explains it. Yeah. So that was cool. But when Josh Hutcherson Michael is in the office trying to freaking turn off the system, they play the balloon boy noises. Hello, hi, and we have the marionette, the puppet. She was very creepy. I didn't like when she possessed that streamer girl. I know the actress who played her is important. I think she is a FNAF creator, unless I'm completely making this up. And she was cool, but I didn't like when the puppet possessed her because that made it less scary. When it's a person, it's less scary, but when it's the actual puppet, it's really freaking scary, bro. That was really cool. She's so huge. Ooh, so creepy. I loved it. So we had the toy animatronics. We had Balloon Boy. Hello. We had the puppet. They did bring back at the end the animatronics from FNAF 1. And we had the withered animatronics. Ooh, we barely saw them. But it was cool. Chico with the wire arms. Bonnie coming out of the vent with no face. It was so good, bro. I was geeking out. I loved it so much. And guys, I didn't realize when I watched the movie, but there's Shadow Bonnie. They show Shadow Bonnie for like a split second until Mike shines his flashlight. You can see Shadow Bonnie. I'm geeked. I didn't see it in an actual movie. I didn't catch it, but I saw reels about it, and I'm like, my shit, they included Shadow Bonnie. I'm freaking out. What's in the games? They call Shadow Bonnie just like a string of letters. Shadow Bonnie name RWQFSFASXC, often shortened to RXQ. Yeah, oh my god. Guys, they ate so hard. They ate down. Sorry. And then at the end when the OG animatronics from FNAF 1 come back to kill the toy animatronics, and you hear the Foxy song, dun 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 dun, because we're used to the hur, and I love the hur. But I literally kind of forgot that Foxy had his own song too. But you hear the dun 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 dun. I don't know it, but like I was geeking. It was so good, bro. And then, and there was Circus Baby. Oh my god, there was freaking Circus Baby. And Vanessa was having a nightmare about her damn dad, right? About freaking Afton, and she's hiding in the closet. And does that mean she's gay? Sorry, guys. She's hiding in the closet from her dad or whatever, right? And she looks up, Circus Baby, and she's freaking huge. I'm like, oh my freaking god, it's freaking Circus Baby. Oh, Sister Location's my favorite FNAF game. And I do love Circus Baby. Circus Baby is my sister Chloe's favorite animatronic. She loves Circus Baby. My favorite is Mangle, and I did love seeing Mangle. When Mangle's on the roof of the car, there's a scene where Vanessa's driving to try and stop the animatronics, and Mangle's freaking on the roof of her car, and it's so freaking scary, bro. I was geeking. I was jumping. I was holding my girlfriend. I was like, it's freaking Mangle. Oh my god, bro. You gotta kill her. Spoiler alert, Mangle didn't kill her. But Vanessa does get possessed by the puppet at the end, so there is that. Right. But we saw Circus Baby, and I was freaking out. So that means there's gonna be a sister location movie? Or maybe they're just gonna tie it in with the next movie. But I hope there's a whole separate sister location movie. The scooping room, guys! If we're gonna get the scooping room in the movie! But Laura has already been scooped today. Toy Freddy has already been scooped today. Circus Baby has already been scooped today. If you guys know that monologue, that it's in Circus Baby's voice, but it's not actually Circus Baby anymore. It's freaking Ennard. Because Ennard took Circus Baby's voice box, right, end of FNAF Sister Location. I love that monologue. They've already been to the scooping room today. And now you're in the scooping room, bro. You're about to get freaking scooped. I freaking am so excited. I can't wait. They better do a sister location movie. But yeah, so we saw sneak peek of Circus Baby, and then, guys, if you haven't watched the movie yet, you shouldn't be watching this part because you're getting tons of spoilers. But if you haven't watched the movie yet, stay till the freaking end. I guess you can look it up online if you miss it. But there's an after credits scene, and then at the very end there's just an audio clip. I kind of forget what the audio clip was about because I was freaking out because we saw freaking Springtrap again. Because we saw freaking Springtrap again, and he was dead and rotting and decaying. And because these people break into the old Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, right, to look for things because they're making a Halloween attraction. They're making a haunted house to set up for FNAF 3, right? And they show them freaking finding Springtrap. It's so freaky. It's so freaking scary. I'm so excited, bro. Sorry to geek out. Sorry I'm nerding out, guys. But yeah, that was FNAF 2. It was so freaking good. I want to see it again. I want to go to the movies again and eat freaking popcorn and watch FNAF 2 again. I want to spend $30 on movie tickets. It's not that bad, actually. I hadn't expected. I was prepared to pay more. I would have paid $50. I might not see it again if it was $50, but it was only $30 for 2 tickets. It'd be $15, and that was opening night. It'd be $15 for just me. I don't need to bring my damn girlfriend unless she wants to come. Yeah, I loved FNAF 2. Okay, let me make sure I'm still recording again. Yes, we're still going. It's so long already. I'm gonna have to edit all this out probably. Right, so that was FNAF 2. Hi, if you skipped, we're back. I'm done giving spoilers. That was FNAF 2. Now, we're gonna keep Bonnie on the board. We're gonna keep Bonnie on the board here because now how I even thought of this, I don't know. We gotta talk about lesbians and their rabbits. Right. This is such a... It's just weird. It's just weird that I've known so many lesbians with rabbits. I heard you like magic. I got a wand and a rabbit. The mother text by Chaperone. So, right. When you said you had a wand and a rabbit, I didn't think you meant like an actual bunny. Not a Bonnie either. Like an actual, like, oh, that's a rabbit. That's a rabbit. That's a small mammal. Right, right. I guess I've only known 3 lesbians personally that I've kind of fetched up with that have had rabbits. But that's weird, right? That's weird. 4 rabbits. And 2 of them were named Luna. If I had a nickel for every lesbian I knew with a rabbit named Luna, I'd have 10 cents. Which isn't much, but it's weird that it happened twice. Right. So, can we just kind of like look into that? What is it with lesbians and their rabbits, right? And also, this doesn't count. But I knew this lesbian I never had stuff with. She was older than me. Not that I would care. But we were just acquaintances. But she had a car that she called her Rabbit. Apparently it was a Volkswagen Rabbit. Right. Does that count? Lesbians and their rabbits. Because I was in a group therapy with her, not to give away the gig. I was in group therapy with her. Right. And one of the therapists made a joke like, "Ooh, lesbians and their rabbits." She was making a joke about the car. She was making a joke like, Chaperone, I heard you like magic. I got a wand and a rabbit. That was a car. But also, lesbians and their rabbits, their pets. What's that about? Can that be investigated? Because it's kind of a weird phenomenon. Right. Right, but I just think, what's that about? I'm not, if I were to get a pet that wasn't, a cat, and I can't have small animals because I've had fish with Sky, my cat. Oh, she'll kill any living thing. She killed my fish and my sister's fish. And they lived together for years because we kept them separated, right? She couldn't get near the fish, but she snuck into our bedroom and killed my sister's fish And she also snuck into our bedroom and killed my fish. Right. And that was when I was young. It was kind of freaking traumatic. R.I.P. Brock and Sakana, my sister's fish. R.I.P. Yeah, but I really can't have small animals with my cat because she's kind of a killer. But if I could have another animal, I would have a guinea pig. I love freaking guinea pigs, bro. They're so freaking cute. Maybe rats. I really like rats too. But rats are quite stinky. Their piss is quite stinky. Guinea pigs are stinky too, but rat piss is like kind of extraordinarily smelly. Right. So, lesbians and their rabbits. Now, 2 lesbians I've known have had rabbits named Luna. So now, Luna, lesbian ass name. And I have a little conspiracy theory. Right? Ooh. I have a little conspiracy theory. 4-letter names give lesbian. 4-letter names give gay. If you name your daughter, if you give your daughter a 4-letter name, congratulations, oh, it's a lesbian. Right. So Luna, and that is the now that is the name of two lesbian rabbits. My aunt also had a cat named Luna. Passed away a few years ago. Rest in peace. It was short for lunatic. The cat, yeah, that was short for lunatic. She was crazy. She kind of gave lesbian, that cat, because she was evil, right? We have problematic masks, so then we have evil femmes. There was also an evil femme competition, and I agree with that characterization. Yeah, femmes can be evil. I might be a little evil. Am I femme? I'm femme, but I'm not like femme, right? I'm kind of fucked up. That's kind of my thing. Right. Luna, 4-letter name, gives a lesbian, right? And then obviously we have Mary. Right? Ooh, and I fucked up. I fucked up writing my own name. Ooh, and I erased Luna too. Right. So Luna, Mary, right? Now is Mary also just the most common of all like female babies born? Is Mary just the most common name given to female babies in America? Yeah. Not anymore, but still like of all time, Mary is of all the girls born in the US, Mary was the most common name to be given. So, but I still think Mary gives lesbian, right? Right. Mary gives lesbian. They Mary. Some of y'all probably have moms or grandmas named Mary. And well, look into them. Could be lesbians. And next we have my partner is M, right? Their full name's Emma. I call them M. All the close people call them M, right? But Emma is very prevalent among lesbians. I also know that that's just a popular name for people, for Gen Z girls, people born women in Gen Z. Emma's a common name. But the amount of lesbians named Emma or who go by M is kind of ridiculous, actually. And I don't know if you guys were there for this. I'll play you the TikTok. When was this? Oh, hey, TikTok? Can we reload? Because I don't want to answer these questions. Hey, what's going on? Okay. Right. So this was May. This was in May. I don't know if you guys saw this, but this TikToker, Emmy, they always said that if they got cheated on, they would, hey, Bonnie doesn't, oh, Bonnie's gone. I forgot I was doing a list. They always said that if they got cheated on, they would, announce it by posting TikToks of them lip syncing to Glee. And then they posted them lip syncing to Don't Rain on My Parade by Rachel Berry from Glee. Right. Kind of, this is a cultural moment, right? This is actually part of the mother texts. Right. Emmy from TikTok lip syncing to Don't Rain on My Parade by Rachel Berry to announce she got cheated on. Right. But Emmy was dating an M. And everyone was joking like, this is M on Emmy violence. M on M violence. So, Emma, big lesbian name. Big lesbian name. I'm telling you, these 4-letter names. But now I'm actually having a hard time. Now I'm having a hard. Now, I don't want to put them right after M. Kate. Kate is a 4-letter name. Very lesbian. Kate McKinnon from SNL. From the Barbie movie. She's a big lesbian. Kate Winslet. Now, is Kate Winslet a lesbian? Sexuality. She's from Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, right? Oh, Kate Winslet is heterosexual. She played she was a lesbian character in Ammonite. That's why I think she's fucking gay. So, yeah, Kate Winslet can also be lesbian. She occupies a lesbian space in my mind. Kate, lesbian name. Now, I am gonna have to put this here. Deceased, 4-letter lesbian name, right? Yahoo Answers, right? Right. My theory is kind of falling apart here. Moon. I know Moon, and they're not a lesbian, but they're lesbian adjacent. Moon's a 4-letter name. There are lesbians named Moon, surely, and I'll get into this later because we're going to talk about non-binary names. Yeah. Now, am I qualified to speak on that? Probably not. Maybe. I'm not non-binary, but I know ball. Let's just say, Moon gives lesbian, right? Shit. I didn't realize these would be coming back. Skank number 2, 4-letter name. They're not a lesbian, but they are lesbian adjacent. Right. You guys are familiar with bisexuals? Right. So, close enough. Shit. A third codename has hit the lesbian 4-letter name list. Shit. Also, now I always thought they were a lesbian, despite them not being one. Who knows? Maybe they've lesed out. Zussy, 4-letter name. 4-letter name. Lesbian adjacent. Right. Let me think. Shit, let me think. Lola? Who's the singer that sings Messy? Her name's Lola. And is she a lesbian? I have no proof of that. Lola Young sexuality. Lola's bisexual. She said, I like pussy as well, you know. We'll put Lola on there. Lola. Yes. Lola could be a lesbian name. Nick. Now, is Nick a lesbian? Nick is a gay man. Right? But he can be an honorary lesbian, right? Now, Chode does have the same name as Skank number 1. Oh, this is meant to be Skank number 2, actually. This down here was meant to be Skank number 2. Bisexual. Chode does have the same name as Skank number 1, but Chode's is spelled with 5 letters. Skank number 1 is a 4-letter name. And again, that is One of the gayest men alive, actually. Number one is potentially one of the gayest men alive. Think Frankie Grande. Right? Think Frankie Grande. 4-letter name. They can be lesbian for this thought experiment. Right? Oh. This is kind of now. This is strange to put on the list because now is my brother's name Alex? Yeah. Yeah, my brother goes by Alex. I'm not talking about my brother here, although my brother could be a lesbian if he wanted to be. I'm talking about Alex Voss from Orange is the New Black. This is huge. This is huge because Alex Voss. Problematic masc. Is she a masc? Alex Voss isn't really a masc, but she is problematic. She has killed people, if I am remembering the show correctly. Actually, let's just pull up the list of Orange is the New Black characters. Now, Natasha Lyonne isn't actually a lesbian, although she also occupies a lesbian space in my mind because she has played many lesbians. Not a 4-letter name. Orange is the New Black characters. Right. Oh, Natasha played Nikki, which could be shortened to Nick. So we actually do come back around on that. Now, Daya. Now, is that short for Dayanara? It says, yeah, it is. Daya, also from Orange is the New Black. She is out in the later seasons. She is out. What can I say? She has like a big butch girlfriend in the prison they get transferred to later, who runs like a drug ring or something, and that's kind of hot. Right, Daya, 4-letter name, lesbian. Right. Shit. Reed. I have a friend, Reed. Not a lesbian. They're a man, actually. I'm gonna put them on the board because my theory's falling apart. Yeah, let's think of one more. Abby's a 4-letter name. I literally can't think of any fucking lesbian Abby's. Oh, my sister has a friend named Abby who is, I don't know her sexuality, but she could be a lesbian. So yeah. And for some reason, Stu also came to mind. I'm sure there's a lesbian out there named Stu. Like beef stew. I love stew. Yeah. Yeah. So guys, that actually fell apart. We kind of started grasping at straws at the end there. But you know, we started strong. We started somewhere. Oh, you want to know what? Both of my daughters, actually. Both my daughters have 4-letter names. Now, Sky is going to be short for Skylar, right? Sky is short for Skylar. Whatever. We call her Sky most of the time. And then Star. Those are my daughters. Those are 4-letter names. And yeah, my daughters are lesbians. They're lesbian cats. Yeah, that's a good list. We came back around. I think I did something there. I think we freaking got somewhere. Yeah. Yeah. So, those were 4-letter lesbian names, because I do think there's a phenomena there. I'm gonna have to do more research into it. I clearly wasn't very prepared for that. But Mary is a 4-letter word. Mary's a 4-letter name, and I'm a lesbian, so I feel like there's a secret pattern there that we just need to uncover. We need to dig a little deeper into that, right? The Emma thing is weird. There's a weird amount of Emma lesbians. Right. And now we actually need to get to now we need to talk about non-binary names. Right? Cuz this actually gets kind of crazy. I'm not gonna limit myself to a number. Oh, I just wrote non-binary. Non-binary freaking names, bro. So, where do I start? I'm gonna start with, now, some of you may feel attacked when I say this. There's a lot of non-binary people choosing astrological names, right? Moon. I love you, Moon. Moon's a great name. Moon's asteroid. Yep. I love you. I love you. Um and this is great. It works. Like, yeah, the space aesthetic, I love it. But here's the thing. I actually have almost made this whole solar system with non-binary people. I know people I've met in real life who have names of the planets. Right. Right. So let's go through. Let's see if I can remember every planet in the solar system. Is Mercury the first one? I want to say Mercury's the first one. And yeah, I've known a non-binary person in Mercury. Yeah, I have. Planets. I want to say the next one's Mars in the Milky Way. There's trillions. Give me the main ones. Oh, okay. So next is Venus, actually. Venus. I have known a Venus. She, they pronouns. But that fits under the umbrella. And Venus is kind of just like, kind of inherently feminine, because the symbol for Venus is the female symbol, right? But they fit under that category. They're non-binary. Mercury, Venus, we've got check. Earth, yeah, yeah. Earth. Also Terra. I haven't known a Terra. Terra sounds. I mean, I've known a Terra. I haven't known a Terra non-binary person. Earth. I have known an Earth, and there's an Earth I follow online who's non-binary. But I also knew an Earth in person who was non-binary. Right. Mars. I know a lot of Mars. I can think of at least 2 Mars, and then there's also a Mar with no S, so that kind of fits in there. Right, right. Mars is really getting played out, guys. Mars is really kind of getting played out. Okay, Jupiter. Yes, I've known a Jupiter. Jupiter. Saturn. Yes, I've known a Saturn. I've known 2 Saturns. Shit. Jupiter, Saturn. So let's just put checks, because all these we've got. I've known a sun. That's not a planet, but we can put sun in there. Sun, we've known a sun. Saturn, we've got Saturn. I've known 2 Saturns, bro. Ooh. Ooh, Uranus? That one is one I don't have yet. Gotta catch them all. You could correct people and say it's Uranus. It's not Uranus, it's Uranus. And you'd probably have a fun time with that, I bet. So, if you know a non-binary person named Uranus, let me know so I can meet them and I can have the whole freaking galaxy of non-binary people I know. So we're still looking for that one. That one's not played out. We need more people on Uranus, right? Neptune, I've known one Neptune. That one's pretty cool, I'll admit. Neptune's pretty freaking cool. Let's circle Uranus. Neptune's a cool one. I've known one Neptune, vaguely. I went to summer camp with them. So, and Pluto. I've known a Pluto too, and Pluto's sick, actually. I'm a Scorpio, so Pluto's my ruling planet. I'm a double Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon. And I have a third Scorpio somewhere in my chart. So yeah, I'm a little fucked up. I'm a little fucked up because I'm a Scorpio. Sorry, guys. That's really gross. That's really cringy. But it's true. Pluto's a cool one. I've known one Pluto. Let's get more Plutos in here. And Pluto's also cool because it's the freaking dog from Mickey Mouse. And Pluto, the dog from Mickey Mouse, does kind of give non-binary energy, if you know what I mean. And so does Goofy. Y'all have Goofy gender envy? Because I can see that. So, and then honorable mentions, we have sun, obviously. We have moon. And we have asteroid. Yeah. And then we have my cat Star. Star's not non-binary. That I know of. That I know of. She hasn't told me otherwise. Um, yeah. And Celeste isn't non-binary. I know a Celeste. Um, I know an Apollo. That's the name of a constellation, right? So, right, we kind of have the space names going. We could just get someone named Milky Way. That's kind of a long ass name, though. And then what if you got people calling you Melky? Would that be cool or would that be weird? Mm. So we've got those ones, right? Those. Here's the thing: the solar system. It's cool, and I do need a Uranus. So let me know if you know a non-binary person named Uranus, so I can meet them and we can talk, and I can add them to my non-binary solar system of non-binary people I know. Right, right. So I want to catch them all, guys. I'm one away. Um, and then another theme we see is nature theme, and that's never gonna get played out, I don't think, because y'all love nature, right? Tree. I know there's non-binary people named Tree. I haven't met one, but I know they're out there. Right? Fern. I don't know a fern. What? Like, why do I know all the freaking planets, but I don't know a fern? Fern's like a more normal name, but they don't want normal, I don't think. This sounds like me when I say it. I mean this with the most love in my heart. Fern. I'm not gonna say one of them because they're code names, but they also fit into this category. Um, yeah. So the nature names, they're cool. Moss, I've known far too many moss. Love them, but like I can think of at least 3. There may be more. Moss is like wow. There's that one's really getting used up, right? So if you're thinking about choosing a non-binary name, right? The celestial space thing kind of done, kind of played out. The nature thing kind of played out, right? Now another thing, sometimes you just want to choose a human name, but you want to put a Y in it, right? So here's the thing: non-binary people, peace and love. They love to choose a name with a Y in the middle, not the end, in the middle, right? Oh, it's Kai spelled every way imaginable. Kai, and I knew a Kai, there was more to the name, and they're they just recently became an op because of some weird freaking shit that happened. I'll get into it later, maybe. But I knew a Kai, and then obviously we have, and then obviously there's a million non-binary people named Kai spelled like this. Right, 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 right. So they love to put a random Y in there. Ty. And again, the AI at the end too. We could do Ty or Ty. Pick one. Rye. We could even spell it rye like rye bread. Yeah. Miles. Miles with a Y. Miles. Got You gotta have that Y in the middle, right? Rice with a Y. Oh, I spelled it completely wrong. Right. Rice. I get it, guys. I get it. A Y in the middle of the name is cool. It's cool. It gives a little more androgyny with that Y in the middle, right? So that's fine. I'm just saying it is a pattern. It is a pattern that I'm noticing. So now, here are my suggestions. And I know nobody asked for this, and it's not my place to be saying this, but I do have some suggestions of new themes we can try. First, skeletal system. Yes. I want bone themed non binary names. Tibia could be cool. Femur. Femur would be really cool. I like that. Clavicle? Clavicle is sick, guys. And if you really wanted, you can change that I to a Y. Clavicle, right? Skull. Now, if we did start doing this, I know skull would get taken up and played out immediately. We'd immediately have far too many skulls. Spine is really cool. Spine's sick. Hell, you can even do pelvis. Kind of sounds like Elvis. That's kind of cool. Pelvis. And again, if you wanted to change this I to a Y, you're free to do that, right? We can still sneak that Y in there with these names, right? Kneecap is that Irish they rapper? Are they non-binary? Kneecap. Gender. I don't care about the gender of the actual bone, bro. Kneecap. Artist. Kneecap is a controversial satirical Irish language hip hop from Belfast. Oh, so it's a group. Oh, so it's actually a band, right? I'm not super familiar with them, guys, but I know people are liking them. But, just make your name Kneecap. That's sick. So here's kind of some options if we go with the skeletal system, right? I'm liking these. So let's assemble a whole non-binary skeleton of names. That would be cool. Scapula? Is that a bone or did I make that up? Because that would be sick. My next suggestion. Oh, and now I did want to bring up this meme. I did have a meme saved to talk about this. Now you guys have probably seen this tweet. It's from 2022. Ooh, she old. Getting jumped by 2 non-binary people. I'm fighting tooth and nail over here. That's funny. And I don't have a tooth. Oh, I say have like I'm collecting them, but that's how it feels to me. Because what can I say? Your names are fun, and I like them, and I enjoy hearing them. Tell me your cool non-binary names. I don't know a tooth or a nail, but we gotta get those. And tooth, we can fit that into the skeletal system of non-binary names, right? Let's get on that, guys. I need bone-named non-binary people. Wouldn't that be cool? That would be cool, guys. Yes. So, nail, tooth, part of the skeletal system. Nail, we could do tools. Yes. Is a nail a tool? Not really. But nail can be in there. Nail. Hammer. Hammer is cool. Nail. Hammer. Wrench. Why not? Screwdriver. Whatever. Maybe just screw. Then you could say like screw you and that could be your catchphrase or something, right? Right? That's cool. I don't know tools too well actually, so I'm kind of at a freaking loss. What are other tools? Well, those are about all the tools I can think of, so yeah. Oh, like a crowbar? Is that really a tool? Crowbar. You can go by crowbar, that's a cool name. So let's start doing tools. Hopefully you know more tools than I do, and then you can choose a cool tool as your name. Wouldn't that be cool? So let's get a whole toolbox of non-binary names going as well. Now the next thing, kitchen utensils. Guys, I want a whole kitchen of non-binary names. Kitchen utensils. Right off the bat. Fork. Cool. Spoon. Cool. Knife. Ooh, a little dangerous. Cool. Fork, spoon, knife. Spork. That was a little quirky. Spork. We got the utensils, right? Ladle. Ladle? Is that how you spell it? I'm not sure. Spatula. Ooh, I love that one. I'd fall for a spatula. Absolutely, I would. Spatula. Pot. Pan. I don't know about those two. Grill. That part of the kitchen. We can do grill, right? Colander. Is that how you spell it? Colander? That'd be cool. My mom pronounces it colander. And I'm like, I don't think that's how it's said, but who knows? Grater? Like a cheese grater? That could be cool, right? Or maybe just even plate. I like plate. Right, right. Mug. You guys know that Demi Lovato, famous non-binary. Unless they are no longer anymore. I'm not keeping up. I heard they might not be non-binary anymore. Demi Lovato was non-binary. You know that clip where the interviewer asks, "What's your favorite dish?" And they go, "I like mugs."
My favorite dish. I like mugs.
Mug. That's cool. Because mug can mean many things. It can mean like a cup. It can mean if you rob somebody, if you mug somebody, right? It can mean a face, your mug. I love that. So, yeah, let's get a kitchen going of non-binary names. Or why the hell not? Just name yourself Kitchen. That's cool. Kitchen's a cool ass name. So, those are my suggestions. Those are my non-binary naming suggestions, just because we could be getting more esoteric with them. Let's get weirder and wilder. Yeah, let me make sure I'm still recording. Guys, I have over 2 hours of footage. Right. So guys, let me take a sip of water. This has been kind of the gay episode, right? So, I forgot another name. I forgot another freaking code name, and this one's really important. Should I just refilm the whole code name segment? I'm just gonna add this one in. And this one, I had someone ask me last time after the last video about there's somebody on the corkboard behind me who I said I won't address them, I might talk about them later. And that's because they have been codenamed, and I don't know why I didn't include this when I initially did the codename list. But and you wanna know what? But is also on the 4-letter lesbian names. They're not a lesbian. They're also bi. Um, they're also on the 4-letter lesbian names. Right? Shit, I could have had another one of that list. My memory's not all there these days. But how they got that name, so I should start off by saying they were kind of a friend with they were just kind of a friend of Nick and I's, and well, I think they were a bitch. And I'm not the only one who thinks that. Several people think that. Because they were always bitchy. So, yeah. And they were always back and forth. I was never good friends with them. They were always back and forth with my friend Nick. They are always starting fake drama. They're always starting drama of, oh, we can't be friends anymore. Okay, fine. Bye. So, I don't know. They're all over the place. And I hear they're trying to be friends with Nick again. Right. That's Foot. And how they got that code name, well, it kind of sounds like their name. Um, and also there's a story because Foot also used to be friends with me, Nick, and Skank number 1, right? before skank number 2, Foot was kind of in that group as well. Right. So I was hanging out with skank number 1 and Nick, right? And Foot was texting skank number 1 because at the time Foot liked this girl and they were getting flirty with this girl and they were talking to skank number 1 about how they liked this girl. And then they they said, but her feet are kind of mangled. I don't know if that's the exact quote, but I know she was talking about this girl's feet or foot or something, and she used the word mangled. Huh? What do you mean her feet are mangled? What's wrong with her feet? And I still don't know to this day what she meant, but I'll never forget that. So that's kind of how she got the name Foot, because it kind of sounds like her name, and that story is so funny. Her feet are kind of mangled. Mangled from FNAF? Yeah. So that's Foot. And yes, Foot does appear on the corkboard behind me. Maybe I should put stickers over them. Because I like those photo booth pictures. But them have been codenamed out. They're a bitch. They're always mean to me. So why should I... Anyways. They were just a bitch. Like, there wasn't even big drama. They were just bitchy all the time. So, yeah. Right. So that's Foot. Also 4-letter lesbian name, I suppose. They're not a lesbian. Right. Okay, guys. Okay. Now it's time for story time. Let me get... I'm gonna need a freaking fidget for this, guys. Should I turn the light on? I can't believe I haven't had the light on this whole time. Okay, guys, we got a freaking light. Okay. Story time! So... Why am I telling this story on the podcast? Because I think it's funny. So I was hanging out with my mom. My mom and I hang out sometimes when she has off of work, and she drives me around because I hate to drive and I don't have my own car, and I don't like driving my partner's car. So I run errands with her, and we do things. She took me to a job interview I had, right? And then so we were just killing time. We were at the library. Also, I was pet sitting at this time. So we were at the library by the house I was pet sitting at, right? Which is like the next town over from where I live. So this isn't even my local library. We're at this library killing time. My mom finds a library book she wants, right? So we walk around this library, la la la. My mom finds a library book she wants. And she goes to check it out, right? She tries to check out the book at the self-checkout. Ooh, she scans her library card. Ooh, your account's been disabled. Right. Won't let her check out this book. So we go to the like service counter or whatever where there's people instead of just a self-checkout. Because my mom was like, ooh, I want to check out this library book. I tried it at the self-checkout. It said my account was deactivated. My mom, it's this old woman at the desk, right? Peace and love. An older woman, at the desk at the library. My mom's trying to check out this book. Her account's been deactivated. She looks into her account. Oh, yeah, your account's actually been deactivated. You don't have an account. You can't have an account with the library anymore. Right. Right. Oh, my mom is actually banned from the library. Right. She can't have a library account. Right. She has some, and she is kind of infamous for, she'll write in her library books, which is fine. She writes with pencil and she tries to erase all them, but I'm like, girl, she dog ears them. She gets kind of rough with her library books, right? I don't know if that was really the problem, or I think she's had some overdue and she had some like outstanding balances or whatever. Anyways, my mom's library account has been deactivated. She can't start a new one. Right, she's trying to start a new one. The lady's trying to start her new one, but like she can't. I don't know what the fuck's wrong. They can't enter my mom into the library system. She's been freaking banned. So this old lady, older woman, librarian. She's like, oh, let me go get one of my coworkers to help and try and figure this out. So she goes back into this office behind the desk, right? There's kind of this glass wall behind the desk, so you can kind of see the office, but there's like a stripe in the glass is frosted right around, like, there's like desks back there with like people working, I guess. I don't, girl, I don't know. This was kind of a fancy library too. So there's glass behind the desk where you can see like their office, and she goes to this desk, and there's like just a stripe on the glass where it's frosted right over this person's face at the desk in the office, right back in the back room, whatever. So the glass is frosted just over their face, so I can't see their face, right? But this older woman librarian goes back there to get somebody. They go up to this person working at their desk, and I look over. Oh, who's this person back here? Again, their face is obscured by the frosted glass. I can just see their hair on top. Short, curly, chestnut brown hair. Short and curly. Ooh, that's cute. That's cute. I can see their arms typing away at their freaking laptop underneath where the glass is frosted, right? It's just freaking frosted over their face. They're wearing like a dress shirt, right? Like a button-down dress shirt type of thing. I can tell by their sleeve. Their sleeve is rolled up to like 3/4 here, right? Exposing their forearm. Forearm full of tattoos. Ooh, that's cool. This person seems cool, right? Right. My interest is piqued. Right, but again, their face is obscured behind the frosted glass. I don't know what they look like. For all I know, this could be a middle-aged man with, perhaps, middle-aged is kind of a stretch, a man in his 30s with like a steampunk aesthetic, who's just kind of a Renaissance man, right? He could have a mustache that's very well manicured and he keeps like curly, you know. He could be an enthusiast of the board game Settlers of Catan, is kind of like the vibe I'm thinking. And fuck, I hate that game. I fucking hate that board game. It lasts so long, it's so freaking boring. But right, if this was a man, that's the type of man he would be, I imagine. Right, he'd go to Renaissance fairs. Nothing wrong with that. That's cool. But he'd also he'd be a fan of Settlers of Catan, right? He'd collect board games. He'd have a weird old timey aesthetic. He'd probably wear a monocle. Right. So I'm like, oh, who's this person? They look interesting. Interesting librarian character back here. Could be a man, who knows? So, Linda, whatever. I don't know if her name's Linda. I'm gonna call her Linda. This older. Was she wearing a name tag? I don't freaking remember. I didn't care about her. She goes back into the back room to talk to this person. I can kind of see them through the glass. I'm like, ooh, who's this person? Linda comes back with this person. Ooh, they're tall. They stand up. Ooh, they're tall. Ooh, they're quite tall. 5'10"? 5'10", I'd guess? Not quite 6 feet. I'm 5'2", for everyone's reference. I'm quite short. This person? Tall. Interesting. It's not a man. It's not a man. It's a lesbian. I don't know if they're a lesbian, but I do know. This is a Butch Lesbian Librarian, right? Right. The old lady who's working at the counter, she comes back with this tall librarian, right? Oh my god, guys, I'm freaking out. I'm geeking. I'm standing at the counter with my mom, who's trying to check out this book. She's trying to check out frickin' I Love Tuberculosis by Hank Green's brother, right? The one who wrote Fault in Our Stars. Crazy title for a book, by the way. I don't think that's the actual title. I Love Tuberculosis. Whatever his freaking tuberculosis book is called, right? My mom's she's found this book at the library, and she's like, I need this book, because she works at healthcare, with pulmonary stuff, right? So she's like, I need this book, this seems really interesting to me. Cool, my mom needs this book immediately. Linda, the older lady who was at the counter, she goes back, she brings out this Butch Librarian. I'm geeking. Son, I didn't care at all. I was like, can we get out of this library? Can my mom get her damn library book so we can go? Oh my god. Oh my god, why would you bring her out here? And guys, like I said, I had just had an interview that morning. I had just come back from that interview. I'm wearing my nice little fancy professional interview outfit. I have I'm not wearing my septum piercing. I put in a clear retainer because I'm like, maybe I shouldn't wear facial piercings to a job interview because it might look unprofessional. Right, right. Also, I'm interviewing for positions in animal care. Facial piercings and piercings in general, not the best idea for working in animal care. Animal care, child care, healthcare, piercings kind of aren't the best idea. I've never had an animal grab onto it, but I know my days are numbered. I know it's just a matter of time before a freaking animal rips out my septum piercing and tears my nose open. So I took out my septum piercing and I was wearing a clear retainer in there for my interview, right? So I'm at this library in my interview clothes, and I just have a clear retainer in my septum piercing, so it probably looks like I got a freaking booger in my nose. Guys, what's worse? Um looking like what's more unprofessional, having a septum piercing or looking like I have a booger in my nose because of the retainer I have in my septum piercing? Which one's worse? Let's be honest. Right. So I'm standing there in my interview clothes. I look like I got a booger in my nose because I have a clear retainer in my septum piercing. I have my makeup done. And we know I have if you can't tell, how bad does it look today? I kind of have blush blindness. I kind of have a blush problem when I do my makeup. I kind of do far too much blush, right? And I see this. Oh my freaking god! The freaking Butch Librarian comes out. Oh, and she starts talking to me. Okay, we haven't gotten there yet. She comes out. She looks over. She looks at the computer. She doesn't sit down either. Oh, we haven't even gotten to what she's wearing. She's wearing like a 3-piece suit, but without the jacket. So I guess it's a 2-piece suit now. But I'm trying to say she's wearing matching dress pants and a vest, green corduroy dress pants and a matching green corduroy vest, and she's wearing like a fancy button-down top underneath, like rolled 3/4. Both of her arms, she's got like patchwork tattoos on her forearms. Also, this person probably 10 years older than me. I'm 20. She's probably about 10 years older than me. Yeah. I don't care. I have a girlfriend also. Also, I should preface, yes, I have a girlfriend. Guys, I am not immune to same-sex attraction. I'm plagued by it. Yeah, I'm plagued by it. And my girlfriend, girl, she talks about thinking other girls are hot too. Oh my god. Renee Rapp, Billie Eilish, Sydney Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney's actually crazy works. The other two I can see, and they're both queer. Sydney Sweeney, bro? Huh? Like, sure, but huh? Huh? They can't come up without my girlfriend making some comment. If so we get it. Like, so what's the problem? You can't bag a blonde chick? I've been blonde before. Right. So why are you here then? Oh, you're talking about Renee Rapp, Billie Eilish, Sydney Sweeney. So why are you with me? Oh, you can't bag a girl with big titties. Ooh, shit. That's the problem here. Sucks to suck, actually. I love you, Em. I should have prefaced the story. Em, if you're watching, hey, I'm sorry. You don't have to you can leave. Em, you're not gonna like this freaking story. You're not gonna like this freaking story about the freaking Butch Librarian. Right. So I can talk about this fucking Butch Librarian, right? Right. Because my girlfriend's talking about Renee Rapp's titties. So this is fine for me. Right? So, wearing this freaking green corduroy suit. Oh my god. Oh my god, matching green corduroy pants and a vest and a freaking button down. Why so formal? Why so formal? You're working at the library. Why so formal? Let me try and calm myself. And they won't sit down either. Why won't you sit down? You're so tall! Sit down! They're leaning over the desk, typing on the computer, trying to figure out why my mom can't open a library account. They're like, yeah, you can't open a library account, ma'am. My mom's like, oh, my daughter has a library card. Can we check it? Can we check it out under her name? Mom, hey mom, don't talk to me right now. Hey mom, don't bring me into this. I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out. I need to go back in the car. I'm blushing like an idiot. And I already have blush on. So it's like a problem. I probably look ill. Right, right. So I pull out my library card. She scans my library card. Our fingers craze. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It wasn't that serious. I give her my library card. Scans my library card. Oh, my library account's expired. Yeah, my freaking library account's expired, bro. She says, oh, you haven't checked out a book in a while, have you? Ma'am, I don't know how to read. Oh, you haven't checked out a book in a while, I bet, huh? No. No, I haven't. I don't go to the library very often. This is my first time being here. This was my first time being at this library. Right. Right. My library account's expired. Poor me. Can't check out my mom's tuberculosis book by John Green. So she's like, it's okay. We can open a new account for you. Ma'am. Ma'am. Ma'am, I can't. Guys, this story is so freaking embarrassing. I'm geeking out at the library over the Butch Librarian. We can open a new account for you. Okay. I'm gonna need some ID. I'm gonna need proof of address. Whoa. It gets like they asked for my social security number. That's a joke. They asked for my credit card number and I gave it. That's a joke. But they did need my ID. I give her my ID. Just turned 20. I did just turn 20. Give her my ID. The address on my ID, that's not accurate. I actually live really close now. I'm a 15-minute drive from here. It's true. It's the next town over. This isn't the closest library to me, but it's like I'm like a 15-20 minute drive from here, right? Right? Because again, I'm pet sitting. This is the town I'm pet sitting in, right? Give her my ID. She types in the information. She makes me a freaking library account. Gives me back. She throws away my old library card because it's expired. She gives me back my ID. Our fingers graze. I need to stop doing that. Our fingers didn't graze, I don't think. Also, guys, this is very important. She had a fat ass Minion keychain hanging from her belt loop. What? The Riz was astronomical, guys. It was crazy. Oh, you have a Minion keychain hanging from your belt loop. I like your Minion keychain. Guys. Right, so she opens a library account for me. And she hands me my new library card. This is gonna be a problem. Ma'am, don't give me a card to your library. So the library card I had before, you can kind of use the library cards in any library in the county, right? So my other one was from Madison, when I lived when I was a freaking child, bro. I haven't lived in Madison in so long. That's how old my old library card was. So I get a new library card for this library that she works at. Please, please don't give me this library card. This is gonna be a problem. Right. So she gives me the library card and she makes me an account at their library. And she checks out my mom's tuberculosis book for my mom under my account. Now my mom better return that damn book or we're gonna have problems because I can't have a history. I can't have a history at this library now, guys. Oh shit. Yeah. And also this library is walking distance from the house I'm pet sitting at, and when I walk their dogs, I pass this library on all their walks. And now it's gonna be a problem. So if I ever pet sit them for them again, oh my god, I'm staring in the window of that library like a freak. Don't let me back in that library, bro. So that was it. She checks out the book for my mom and she goes back to her office back there and Linda's like, I'm sorry, I'm so bad at computers. And I'm like, Linda, don't apologize for bringing out the tall Butch Librarian. Linda, shh, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, that's my story. Now, I'm, and yeah, guys, I don't want to, it does say the name of the library, and I don't want to give up the gig, but guys, isn't my wallet so cute, by the way? Isn't my freaking wallet so freaking cute? There's little freaking bears having a tea party on it. So freaking cute. I don't know if you can see. But guys, I'm gonna blur it. Because I don't want to give up the gig. I'm gatekeeping this fucking library. You guys, this library is for me to go to and look at the Butch Librarian and pretend to read, okay? You guys stay away. But yeah, I got a library card there, guys. Yeah, the Butch Librarian freaking opened a library account for me. And now this is gonna be a problem, and I'm gonna have freaking dreams about the Butch Librarian. That's a joke. Guys, it's just a joke. It's okay. It's okay for me to make eyes at the Butch Librarian, who's 10 years older than me. Oh my god. Guys, it was actually crazy. She was so. Also, one of the tattoos looked a little crusty, looked like way darker than the others. Just got a new tattoo. Like your tattoo. I didn't say that, but I thought it. I couldn't even focus, bro. I didn't even know what the tattoos were of. I couldn't comprehend. I couldn't focus. My eyes couldn't register what the tattoos were of. I just thought that it was fresh ink. I couldn't see, bro. I was trying so hard to focus and not freak out. potentially one of oh my god, she was so hot. Guys, I'm in a happy relationship, but don't let me near that Butch Librarian. That was really bad. You haven't been to the library in a long time, have you? That was like the only thing she said to me. And can I have your ID? Okay, here's your. I made an account. I made an account for you at the library. Why was she dressed so formal? Actually, that I want to know. Why are you wearing a suit to the library? Yeah. Yeah. So that was my story about yearning and being gay. I hope you liked it. Yeah. So I've been filming for way too long, so I think that about does it for us, guys. Um, I hope you had fun. This was kind of a gay ass episode. This was kind of a gay freaking episode. But bye, guys. Peace out. Clean your laundry, because Lord knows I don't. I love doing laundry, but it piles up so much and I get freaking stressed out. So I just let it sit and get dirty. So do your laundry. I'll try and do mine. Love you. Don't steal my Butch Librarian.